recovery. Wednesday the 10th of April, and I come to about 7 o'clock in the morning thinking, where am I? Because, you know, I had the night operation the night before. Absolutely spaced out on morphine and not making any sense to the nurses or anything. So sat up in bed chatting to the nurses saying, oh yeah, yes, just you're out, we had a fun night with you. I said, well, to be honest, I have no idea because I was out of it. So comes 9 o'clock, round comes the physio team. We need to get you out of bed. I went, well, good luck with that one then. And said, yeah, well, come on then. So they sat me up. So bearing in mind, I've got I've got a drainage bag in one hand. So yes, a drainage bag in my right hand. I've got my catheter bag in my left hand. I've got a drip that the nurse, the physio team's following me with, which has got my morphine in it. And I'm thinking, well, this is easy. I literally leapt out of bed. Thought, it didn't strike me till about 2 or 3 weeks afterwards. Thought, well, how am I managing this? And I suddenly thought, yeah, it's the morphine. I was on a dose of morphine every 15 minutes. Didn't think anything of it. So they took me for a lap round the first little bit of the ward to see how I am. They said, how's that feel? I said, well, can't feel anything. It's just a little bit sore, a little bit tight. Because bear in mind, I've been strapped up to the nines, and you know I couldn't see the scar I had because I had a gown on, and of course I couldn't reach behind me to have a look. So carried on. So yes, I ran the ward, back, sat down in the chair. Mr. Hardy comes past about 10:30, 11 o'clock, see how I am. I said, well, how do you feel? He says, well, I said, to be honest, I feel like I'm hit by a steamroller. He went, well, yeah, not far off. He said, you were supposed to be in there 2 hours, 2.5 hours. He said, you were in there 6.5. He said, it was an absolute mess in there. He said, your bladder was stuck to your bowel, you know, bowel had moved over and everything. And he said, I had a bit of a job getting it out. He says, but you've lost about 2.5 to 3 inches of bowel. He said, you've also lost part of your bladder. And such and such. So he said, as you've got it, and as you probably see, you've got a cracking scar. Still not eating, I'm on fluids. They give me this horrible bloody milkshake, which was because I've got nothing in there. It was just curdling and coming back up. I've got a nasogastro tube up my uter, which was driving me mad because I got acid reflux, which is you burp and acid's coming back up. So I got that coming back up the tube and that and everything. Oh God, didn't feel well. So knocking me fluids back. The first visitor comes in, it's 2 o'clock, which is my brother, and he brings me a copy of the Viz magazine. So yep, cheers bro. He says, how you feel? I feel horrible, I feel a bit like a steamroller. So, you know, I'll post pictures up on here of me recovering. And so, yeah, chatting to him, reading through Viz magazine. The first article, Victorian dad having a colonoscopy. Yeah, cheers bro, yeah, I'll let you off. So, get through the day, not making any sense to any of the visitors because I'm, you know, out my tree on morphine. So, here's a picture of me, day 1 of recovery. As you can see, spark out in bed, doing my world famous impression of a London tube map. I've got my oxygen on, I've got the nasogastro tube in. My left hand has got the drip in. I've got my catheter bag from my repaired bladder down my left hand side. I've got a drainage bag poking down the same side. So I was doing pretty well. You know, absolutely bombed out my little tree, but I'd made it through the operation. The other fun thing was the phlebotomist. You know, the man, the blood taker, or Dracula as we called him. Now, to be fair to him, he was a laugh. Whenever one of them in every ward, he was brilliant. He'd come along with his little trolley, and he's leaning on it, peering over the top of the trolley like this, scouring around the four of you in your little area of the ward, and then all of a sudden he'd go, "You." And then he'd come over, leaning on his trolley like that, pull his little gown on like Dracula. And yeah, thank you very much. So a bit of blood off that. So get through Wednesday. You know, I have to get the nurses to help me back into bed. So yeah, get through Wednesday into Thursday. Blah blah blah. Yeah, physio team come back again 9 o'clock. Right, what do you think you can manage today? I think you may do a complete lap of the ward. I said, well, we'll give it a go. He says, right, I'm just watching someone reverses around in the car park. Yeah, we'll give it a go around the ward. So, get me out of bed again. Catheter bag in one hand. You know, drainage bag in the other. I'm shuffling along. Yeah, oh, this is easy. Taking off with my Zimmer frame. Clack, clack, clack down the ward, and they're telling me to slow down. Oh, this is easy. Look at this. Think you back to bed? No. Come on, let's do another lap. Click, 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 round their ward. Yeah, this is easy. Oh, I'll be out of bed in 3 or 4. Be out of bed in 3 or 4 days. So, get back to my chair. Sat there. Nurse comes by. You all right? I says, yeah. They're a bit tired, but they'll be fine. And the only thing I remember then is having a drink of water, and it was water. And then waking up about 4:30 in the afternoon, zonked out on the bed. Now, I'd had a visitor from a friend of mine from work who popped in to visit me at 2 o'clock. He said you were spark out and snoring your head off on the bed. So 4:30 I was sat there, my uncle was sat there in the chair reading the newspaper. And I'm thinking, what happened? Where am I? Well, how have I ended up in the back in here? So, get through that. More visitors in the afternoon. Some of the relations come round. You know, aunt and uncle, mum and dad pop down and see me. And I'm slowly making a bit more sense because they're gradually weaning me off this morphine. So, here I go. That get to the Friday. Now they took me off. I think they took me off the morphine on the Friday. I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, they took me off the morphine. So, and they said, oh yeah, you'll be able to stand up and walk around on your own. So I said, yeah, can do. So, bear in mind, stand up, you know, drainage bag one hand, catheter bag in the other. Toddle around the ward, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Right. Yeah, that's fine. Back to bed. Yeah, so I'm sitting on the bed. Think, oh, look at this. Not comfy. I'll sit in the chair. So, sat in the chair, and nurse said something. Oh, can we just do it? Can you? How was it? She come to change my dressing. Says, can we? Mind lying on the bed? So I said, no. So she got on the bed. So she took the dressing off, and I looked down at my chest, and I think, oh my God. And I had a cracking scar. It literally goes from just below if you feel in the front middle of your chest, there's like a ridge where your breastbone sits. I got it from the top of that right the way down to just above the naughty bits. I'm thinking, oh my God, yeah, whatever. So he does that. Yeah, put the new dressing on. Toodle toodle toodle. Off she goes. Next thing, another nurse pops in. Is there any chance you could get out of bed? She said, we forgot to change your sheets when you're out on your little walk. You mind if we change your sheets? I said, no, fine. So shuffled to my side, sat there, and I said, no, you help me up to my feet, we're all right. So jokes me up to my feet. Man of mine, I stood there, like I say, catheter bag in one hand, drainage bag in the other, and stood up and stood by the window. And they'd give me a final shot of morphine just to get me through. So yeah, fine. Stood there, and my trousers went, boom. Of course, I didn't know it because I'd give me this final shot of morphine. I was stood the father thing. The nurse stood up, screamed, went, "Oh my God!" Hoiked my trousers up. No, I spaced out. I didn't even notice. So basically in hospital 9 days. I think I come out the 17th or the 18th. And Mr. Hardy comes to see me every day. He says, "Yeah, we haven't had your biopsy results back yet. We're hopefully getting them soon. We'll see how we go." I think it was the Monday or the Tuesday he come to see me, yeah, because I got out on the Wednesday. And he come to see me the Wednesday morning and said, "Yeah, we've got results of your biopsy back." Said it was very, very close to turning to cancer. So I count myself very lucky.